Hello, how's it going? Apparently that's good. The audio works. Now we have that amazing audio inception that I always play with every time, so that's good. So now we can skip that out right at the bat. How's life? How's things? Today is the weekly Wednesday check-in. Sorry, I'm trying to center the camera on the screen. Actually, I'm gonna put it on the bottom, but I'd like to center it. Screen. Hey, look at that. Now that looks like drastically different, but to me it's important. I need the camera to be at least at the bottom of the screen, so it gives you some like semblance that I'm on the moon. Ooh, creepy on the moon. This is a background from Final Fantasy. If you're spoilers. Hi, by the way, I'm Sean, Fire of Life 2018. If you have not been here before, welcome in. I really appreciate when people stop in and are new. I love to meet new people via chat. I'm not sure I like to meet new people in real life anymore because that's a thing, but real life people in chat, hey, how's it going? Come on in, kick a tire too. What if I spread this out enough? I can make it bigger. I think this is as big as it gets. That's what she said. So, this Wednesday night time slot has definitely been my most consistent time slot. It's probably one of the weeks that I've spent the most amount of time being here. So I'm trying to continue it with the weekliness. We've added a whole bunch of new things to the channel. I stopped using Dixper because nobody really wanted to pay for that apparently. And we have Streamlabs, like we have loyalty points now. Hey look, speaking of that, Nightbot's on top of it, talking about the YouTube in the channel. But you can put duel or heist or so on, so forth, etc. to get those loyalty points working out. I never noticed this. Do you see the little dude that just popped in for like a second? It must be at the end of my loop. Where that dude in the cloud mount like pops through over my shoulder. And since then, I'm not even really sure this is my favorite background. To be fair, I kinda like this one better. Of course, it's all goody whack whack. This is the voting one. Because I often talk about the reason I started a channel in the first place was I wanted to change the world. I think we have the technology at this point to elect officials without loyalty to no one but the sickness. I'm so sorry you're sick, Roy. Sorry. But thanks for joining me via chat anyway. I mean, you can totally join me in the Discord if you want to, but also being sick, I respect not wanting to do that as well, because you're probably coffee and whatever. So you can join us in the chat. Feel free to stop by, kick a tire too. This whole hour is devoted to the chat. I hope to one day this be the time that we can, you know, hang out. That's really what I want. Is this to be where we hang out on Wednesdays, because I feel like a lot of times I'm playing games and things, and if I'm focusing on the game, I can't exactly stop what I'm doing to look at what I'm, you know, just acknowledge the chat, and I really put on a show for you guys. Like, it's important that you're here, so that's what I do it for. So this Wednesday time slot is basically just been to hang out with the people that I've been chatting with in the chat all week. We can also cover some of the stuff that I've done throughout the week, and hopefully check out some of the videos on the YouTube channel as well that I've made throughout the week, because we do Humankind on Mondays, and we do Final Fantasy Fridays, and Satisfactory Saturdays so far. Of course, I did Satisfactory, and it's not a huge community, and I also did Stellaris the previous week, so it might just be Saturdays, like S's with Saturdays and Sean. I don't know. We'll talk about it. That's why I changed this to the weekly Wednesday Wiggle. I like it. That's where we're having a theme here. We're devoting time and life to the weekly Wednesday Wiggle. And I'm sorry you're coffee and sneezy, Roy. But I am at this point glad that you are you know, far away. do. Love that you're a part of my life, but I'm glad that you're a million miles away with your sickness right now, because I don't want none of that. You keep your sickness together. Alright, so I think you know what I'm gonna do is we're gonna smoke a bowl and chit chat with the chat. What have you been doing with your day, Roy? And I mean, like, being sick, I assume you slept the majority of it. One would assume. But I know your situation, so maybe you can't sleep, and that would suck. That would suck so much, and I would feel for you for that. Because the only time when I'm sick, all I want is chicken soup, hot bath. I will say another great thing about Hawaii is, like, when you get sick in Hawaii, you can go to the beach. And you're like, that sounds like the worst idea ever. And you're like, if you go to the beach like everywhere else, but in Hawaii, you don't, like, pack a towel and shit. Like, if you live there, that shit's in your car, first of all. But most time, Hawaii, you just literally just go to the beach, get in the water, dry off on a towel on the sand, and then get in your car and go home. So it's not even like you don't spend all day at the beach in Hawaii. You might spend several times at the beach, because, you know, like, you can park your car and walk 5 minutes and then you're at the beach. None of this shit like when you go to the beach here and you go park 8 miles away and walk for 6 miles, carry all your shit and coolers and hats and chairs and umbrellas, because you're gonna have to camp. It's like a hike and a camp to get to the beach. In Hawaii, it's like you park and there's the beach. It's right there. It's everywhere. Anyway, Roy says, nothing. Got some games on sale from Steam and Sleep and YY. Something similar to the YY. Maybe he means TY. I don't know. I'm not sure what he means by YY. What kind of games do you get on Steam? I'm sure there's a sale. There's always a sale. Damn, that was not a lot of weed. I thought I was picking it up. My weed plants are coming along well. Freely admit they are still quite a few weeks away. But, and this is it. This is all I have left. Oh, yay! And sleep, right? Sleep's important. I feel like I probably would have gone with the hotel route myself. Being sick? Yeah. But then we talked about that. Like, my sister manages a hotel, and I was like, is that even a thing? Like, if you have COVID, can you go to a hotel? Like, you probably have to, like, let them know it's a thing. Oh, you got Subnautica. I bet Keith is going to be happy about that. Mr. Coaster. He said he was going to join us, but has not. So, I don't know if it's because I didn't, like, specifically message him, or he just hasn't noticed yet. Because, you know, you get a little notification on your phone, and you're all like, what the fuck? I don't know what Cupheads is, but I feel like it's up your thing. Witcher games gonna get for controller for PC. Yeah, you can play Final Fantasy on controller and PC, and a lot of people love that for their, like, dungeons and shit. I personally don't get it, but maybe it's because you got enough buttons and it's, like, designed for quick, rapid-fire action, where I feel like the computer's not really a quick, rapid-fire action kind of joint, you know? So, in other news, I haven't been watching the news lately. The depression of the society is getting to me a little bit. It's kind of sad to be hopeless all the time, so I'm trying to focus on other things, I guess. LOL, yay. Controller is nice, though. I mean, I don't know. I ain't never really been one of those people. Like, I've never been a console gamer in my life, and I ain't never been one of those people who wants to what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know. It's like it's the spatial awareness with the thumbs. I have a hard time with, I guess. I'm also like, I just have really bad eye-hand coordination for somebody who plays video games for a living. It's not my kind of video games are not the quick reaction kind. I still feel like this is too. Something's not right with my camera. I did have it cut out a little bit. Maybe it's because I'm not sitting center in it, and it's like mirrored to me. So I'm like, I gotta go here. Not, I don't know. So yeah, this is like the way I feel like I communicate with people, because I put on headphones for the majority of my life. That I feel like on Tuesdays and Thursdays are no headphone days, and then I don't really have time to chit chat with people unless it's like this. So I was kind of hoping like Wednesdays is my weekly Wednesday checking in with everybody. I was kind of hoping Sharon was going to be here, but she has given up on the Wednesdays. I did post a thing in the Discord, and Deadless was the only one who responded. So that's nice. We always appreciate Deadless. He's got a lot of support there. It's also known as Silver Mag in the Twitch chat. If you ever see him around, say hello. Say hello. So once again, I'm FireLife 2018 if you're just joining the chat. This is our weekly Wednesday Wiggle Deck. So we talk about what we've done for the week, and it's been mostly Final Fantasy, because if you haven't come out of your rock, which I totally respect, Final Fantasy just released Endwalker, which is like their end expansion. Like, I feel like they haven't said that yet, but the same thing happened with Final Fantasy 11, is they released the 10-year mark, and they were like, nah, we're gonna stop focusing this one, and we're gonna focus on our next iteration, which was 14 at the time. So I mean, like, I hope they have a new MMO in the works. Not that I'm really looking forward to starting over again, because there's like the New World just came out, and everybody keeps talking about that. Like, it's about time for a new MMO. Like, I love Final Fantasy 14, don't get me wrong, but they've literally finished the story arc that's been 10 years in the making. I understand there's supposed to be quests for, like, they just add today for what they're gonna do in like the next story arc. But I mean, like, at some point you have to stop. Like, this really felt like a retirement. Like, have you ever worked at a retail store or like a restaurant or something, and it was closing, but you love the people you work with, it was a pretty good job, and then, but things happen and stuff just has to end. So that's just where they are. Like, everything went the way it is. Everybody's allowed to pursue their own endeavors. Everybody's happy. The world is not under the threat of something's thumb again. So where else are they going to go with it? To be honest, everybody kept talking about how like spoilery it is, or like, oh my god, it's crazy. So if you're a Final Fantasy fan and haven't finished the video yet, I'm about to say something that's spoilery. We're going to talk about some Final Fantasy, Endwalker, End Times, spoiler situation. If you're Final Fantasy and haven't finished Endwalker yet, what I'm about to say is spoiler, so be careful, okay? That's all I'm about to say. I thought when it was going to be all super spoilery and everybody was like, oh my god, the twist, the surprise, wow, everybody was so surprised about it, I was like, what would really be surprising if they had actually killed the Scions? That would have been a perfect ending to me. I mean, like, there are spoiler videos out there, but I'm not to ruin it for somebody, but I feel like when and they've done it. Let's not talk about that we need a new game, because they have done everything to death. Like, nothing that came in this expansion was a surprise to me. Like, it's nothing new. Hey, Silverbag, oh gosh, I hope you didn't catch the spoiler. I think my command is just lurk. I forget. I don't even work. L-U-R-K. I don't know. And obviously I don't have the widget for the floaty emotes, so that would have been cool, but I'm going to add that right now. Floaty emote widget. Because I don't know, I love the floaty emote widget. It's my favorite. Happy Wednesday now! Yay. Happy Wednesday indeed. But now I think I have to go in and enable it. It is enabled. Oh, hey, look! Oh, that worked! Just in time for Bat Coaster to show up and be all, woo! Look at all those fluffy emotes everywhere. Bat Coaster is always colorful with the emotes. I love how they're kind of like slowly inching off the screen. That's hysterical. Now we have to fill the chat with emotes to make it flare all over the place. Let's see what happens. Like, you ever play Solitaire and win, and it like spews them all off in the end? That's kind of what that just made me think of. That's what made me think of. So yeah, we were talking about Final Fantasy, so spoilers if you're not... I guess I'll stop talking about spoilers since I know Batcoaster and Silver Mag are in the chat. I still think they're angling us for a new game, and I think it's time for a new game. I don't think Nightbot will stop you from emotes. I believe you're allowed to spam as many emotes in the chat as you want. I believe I have allowed that to be a thing. Emotes are safe. Emotes are safe, because I love the floaty emote. So, spam all the emotes. Feel free. And if I ever get affiliate, I'll have my own emotes. If I ever get there. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate you guys. The only thing I'm missing at this point is people to actually watch my content. But I don't want you to watch my content if it's not good. I mean, like, I feel bad asking people to like watch my content if it's not good. So, but I would like to hear what you want. I started working on the Final Fantasy market report this morning, where I've gotten together a spreadsheet of the things that you need to make the level 85 scripts for Final Fantasy. So it's, and like, you want to check those vendors for not craftable items, like the vendors that are in my house sells a lot of things that are, oh wow, yay, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. I watch my own stuff these days, so I mean, I guess that's important. But I feel like it's narcissistic. Like when I'm like, what do I want to watch on TV, and I pull up my own content. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I feel like it's almost narcissistic. But I mean, like, it's just background noise, and I like the sound of my own voice. But that definitely makes me narcissistic, right? That I like the sound of my own voice. That one's a complicated question. I'm also looking for this device I have. I would like to invent the bowler, like a little pin click that you could just clip a little thing of weed and unclick it in your bowl. I would love that. It's my $1 million invention idea. Maybe one day, maybe this time. Maybe this time he'll stir. Indeed. Name that Broadway musical. Only if you're gay. JK, I shouldn't be like that. Not that there's anybody. I mean, I guess there could be women out there. I don't know. I guess women like musicals, right? I don't know anything about women. Not my cup of tea. As it were. So, if you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. I really appreciate the support and effort and love that everybody gives. If you're not, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. Also, come back here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. and we're gonna do the weekly Wednesday. I need to work it out. Maybe the weekly Wednesday walkabout. We can like chit chat, talk about what you've done this week, talk about what I've done this week, talk about all the random thing. Now he's sexist. I don't know if it was now. I've always been sexist. Sorry, ladies. There are very few special women in my life, and you have to be pretty exceptional to be in my life. So if you are one of those women, you're welcome. If you're not, try harder. I'm pretty awesome. I'm a great friend. Great friend. But you have to be awesome. It's true. You have to be awesome. I guess that's true about my male friends, too, for that matter. So maybe I'm not sexist. I'm just really picky. You have to be a good person to be in my sphere of influence. I just like people as like a whole. I really dislike people badly. Which is why I'm like, live streaming, that works out. If you're an asshole, I can block you in chat. Like, blocked. In a heartbeat, blocked. So, there's that. But in real life, I think that's going to be a thing one day. I would like, maybe I need to invent the phone app where you can block real people. And so, like, you can track them on their phone, and if they're anywhere near you, it'll send you an alert to be like, yo, bitch, run! This fool's coming after you! Be like, digital restraining orders. You don't have to, like, you can just leave. Just if you know they're coming. Because everybody has a phone now. It's trackable. Like, the government knows where we are 24/7, 365. Why shouldn't everybody else? Did we finish plugging the channel? I don't think we did. I don't think we did. Because I didn't talk about the Discord. I didn't talk about the YouTube. Hey, look. There's a Discord. There's a YouTube. I don't know if the dual thing will work now. Maybe I have to duel a person. I'll type it in as Royo3BI2 Joe. Definitely would like to hear the story behind that. I don't think that works either. Duel's supposed to work. I know Gamble works. They're called fire starters. Ah! Look at the frog! I didn't realize that when it was like, you don't have any fire starters to roulette. Feels bad, man. I guess that's the emote that it spawned. That's adorable. I love it. It's great. So, what about you guys? What's new in your world? I always feel like I'm part of that, LOL, and there is a story. There is a story about a girl cried a river and drowned the whole world. I don't know. I don't get that reference. Royo de Bergerac. Does anybody know who Cyrano de Bergerac is? I can give you points if you know who Cyrano de Bergerac is. That's a life question for you there. I don't know if I should, how long I should wait for somebody to put that in the chat, because I feel like it's a super obscure reference. But actually, it's not that super obscure. About your username? Are you going to tell us what your username means? This is going to be a great story. I guess I'll tell you who Cyrano de Bergerac is while look that up. Steve Martin? Did Steve Martin play Cyrano de Bergerac at one point? I mean, I'm sure he's been played by several people, but Cyrano de Bergerac's original appearance is in The Pirate of Venice. It's a Shakespeare play, like one of the more obscure ones. But he's the dude who's whispering things to the handsome dumb one who's trying to lure down the like princess from Romeo and Juliet kind of days. She's in a tower, and there's the prince at the bottom, and Cyrano is the one who's telling the prince what to say to the princess to lure her off, but he's actually in love with the princess, and he's just saying these things. Like, you know, the reference for Herbert is telling Chris, his great-grandniece who's in love with Chris, what to say from the bush. That's a Cyrano de Bergerac reference. It's been done over and over and over 1,000,000 times. Backhuster says, I see your obscure reference with my own obscure reference to your reference. I see your obscure reference with my own obscure reference to your reference. That was a lot of references. Royo says, Royo was an anime character from Faked, a gay anime, old. What's a gay anime? That's what I want to know. What's a gay anime? Gay anime. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. Y'all crazy. I see your obscure reference with my own obscure reference. Okay, I was like, I just put it up again on the Twitch chat. I was like, what? Did he type it over again? I was like, is Bat Coaster stuck in a loop? I mean, like, Steve Martin and the Joker. Is that the reference? Have you seen the new Steve Martin stuff? I know you're like, what? New Steve Martin? There is a new Steve Martin thing. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called Only Murderers in the Building, and it's great. You should check it out. Still, Wheel of Time stuff. Have to check that out too. It's great. Star Trek Discovery's going on. It's great. So check that out. I've been watching Teen Wolf again. I guess I was just in the mood for some crazy man flesh, because that's all this movie. That's all this really is. Man being getting excuses for them to run around with their shirts off. So, yep, watching that again. We're definitely out of things to watch. I only have Prime. That's probably why I'm out of things, because I'm not one of those people who pays for TV. I watch a lot of YouTube and Twitch. That's free. Just like following down below is free and helps me out. So, because I said this earlier, I don't know if you guys were here for this, but I said this earlier, is I hope this to one day be that like community gathering point that no matter what my channel turns into, this Wednesday will always be a point where we can come together and chit chat. Anybody who wants to be here can be here. I think Sharon forgets that she could do this via the chat app, because I don't know what she's doing today. I feel like I could message her and find out. I've had several other friends tell me they would love to do this and then don't. So that's a thing. And apparently I don't remember anything. Like like this whole thing where I use the Messenger app as my primary messaging app on my phone is different, but I don't really care for Samsung's default Messenger app. So I use Facebook Messenger to keep in touch with people. And that's actually probably better, if you ask me, because I feel like I want to get rid of my phone plan. I'm switching from Mint to Google Fi. Mint was it might have been alright if you lived in like a city, but as a rural American, Mint was not a great idea. So we're gonna try the Google Fi. The Google Fi. And Royo says it was supposed to be Fijo, who is a character from a fighting game that I don't recall at the moment. So you named your own avatar after two other avatars. Intriguing, my friend. Intriguing. I'm digging the music. There it is again. Anybody like to watch their channel when I'm not here? Because they live stream this chill music we're listening to, so that's cool. Thanks for being here. Thanks for popping in. I really appreciate everybody who's here to weekly Wednesday Wiggle. If you haven't already liked, subscribed, and followed, please do. It helps me out a great deal, and I'm just trying to be affiliate. I want to put my own emotes. I want to be able to have channel points, which we already have the loyalty points that for the longer you watch, it gives you points. I believe there is a leader. Might be leaderboard. Yes, there is a leaderboard. So it tells you how much you've chatted and who is the biggest chatter. Or actually it might just be views, because you get points. You get points. So not counting all the bots I have. Herhabs is number 1. Lily Red Wolf is number 2. Fat Coaster's number 3. Silver Max is number 4. Number 5 is Capapsis, number 6. Hey, there's number 7, Del Royo. And then it goes down from there. I am surprised at how many people are actually watching my stream. That surprises me. I really appreciate that. Are you calling me a chatterbox? Like I do it for a living, like professionally. So, yes. I've been told that I have the gift of gab. I was watching a YouTube video and they like put this saying up on the screen and they were like, if you heard yourself in your head say that, you have an internal monologue and you're one of those like rare people who has an internal monologue. And I'm like, wait, people don't think everything? Like I literally, when I'm solving a problem in my head, like I'm thinking, all right, if I do this, it does that. If I do this, it does that. If I do this, it does that. So on and so forth. And I was talking about Ms. Rob, but she texted me, and I'm like, he, because I texted her. That's the thing. Roy says 7 loves prime numbers. Then I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know if how you're ever gonna like stay number 7, because you get rewards 5 points for every 10 minutes you view. So it's a thing. Of course I moved on. Have you not met me? I'm ADHD. But what we were talking about is I was like, I bet Xena forgets that she can communicate with me. Even though she doesn't want to be in the chat. She can stop in on our weekly Wednesdays and say hello from no matter where she is in the world, no matter what's going on in your life. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. I'll be here to say hello and I love you. So there's that. Was this a ploy to get me to watch? I don't know if it started that way, but then when I mentioned you and started talking about you, I was like, oh, she probably just doesn't even realize I'm doing this, or she would watch. Am I wrong? I mean, like, if I had just texted you and been like, hey girl, can you like back channel this? You would probably do it too, like. But that's because you're my best friend. All of you at this point. I feel like everybody in the building right now is my best friend. And I don't know if Dead's still in the channel, but he is the only one I haven't met. Well, at least that I know of. I always say that, but the viewer count is ups and downs and ins and outs. Like I just said that. Like really, like the top 3 people that are in my viewer list are people who don't chat, who I've never actually met or who I've actually talked to. So I wish these people that obviously enjoy my content would say hello, but maybe they don't want to be creepers. They might be like enjoying my content, you know, so which I mean I guess is whatever. If that's what makes you do. I'm here to say hello and I love you. Thanks Xena Warrior Princess. You'll always be my warrior princess. What have you done with your week? How is your week going? How's work? How's the new job? How's the boyfriend? How was the trips? How was the football games? I don't know, I feel like I haven't seen you forever. We definitely have to talk about going to See, Dead is still here. That's what I was like. I know who watches my channel, and they're all real life people, and I appreciate every single solitary one of you. But I guess that's how you build a community. I've picked like 5 people that live randomly throughout the country and have like built a community out of them. That's what we say. This is our community night. Weekly Wednesdays, something with a W. That's the weekly Wednesdays something. So far, I'm leaning towards walkabout. I like the wiggle, but I don't know that it makes much sense. I just picked the word wiggle because it was a movement action. So I feel like it needs to be a W verb. It needs to be an action move. The weekly Wednesday something W verb. I could probably just Google W verbs and like work it out from there. Somebody else try the gamble thing, because that's pretty cool, because you guys all have points and don't realize that's a thing you can do, but you can gamble. You can also heist. I'm not sure how that works specifically. If I even spell that right. I don't think I spelled that right. Just H-E-I-S-T. I might have still spelled it wrong. Wacky Wednesdays? No, I still want. I want it to be weekly Wednesday something verb, a W verb. So far, it's leaning towards the weekly Wednesday walkabout because I'd like it to mean like a chat, like a. I mean, I get the weekly Wednesday worship session. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I'm just here for your adoration. Thank you so much. I'll bask in it. It's imaginary, but I can imagine whatever I want. I can imagine whatever I want. I told you I'm writing a book. That's how you really imagine whatever you want, because you're writing a book. You can make your own rules. Writing a book. It's your universe. You're literally God. I like wacky races. Weekly Wednesday wacky race. I think you're stuck on the word wacky. Like, do you know other W words besides wacky? Let's look it up. Verbs. Oops. Verbs starting with W. Ooh, there's not that many, actually. It's not that many. Your choices are whale, wait, walk, wander, want, warm. Wander's a really good one. Wander's a really good one. Want, warm, worn, wash, waste, watch, water, wave, weigh, welcome, wine, whip, whirl, whisper, whistle, wink, wipe, wish, wobble, wander, work, worry, warp, wreck, wrestle, and a wriggle. That was fun. That was super fun. I might be stoned if the elect word read W words. Ooh, that's a good one too, Bats. I mean, Wandering Wednesdays, you're still trying to put something in front of it. I very specifically said I want something at the end. It's got to be Weekly Wednesday something. The Weekly Wednesday watch along is a pretty good one. I can make a poll. What should we call Wednesday stream? Weekly. I don't know why. I don't know. Like, the word Wednesday is like the hardest word ever to spell. Sharing on another trick. That whole thing when she said, "Think dung and eon," that just changed my whole life. I used to struggle with the word dungeon until Sharon changed my life. So there's that. Weekly Wednesdays. Still can't. Wed. I feel like I'm still spelling it. Unless Brandon spelled it wrong. Wed Ned's Day. I don't know. Weekly Wednesday walk about. Or watch along. Or what did I say? The Wander. Weekly Wednesday Wander. I kind of like that too. Alright, last call for suggestions to be put in the poll. Just be. I guess Brandon's race of the Wacky Wednesdays I'll put in there anyway. Because he clearly wants something in front of it. Okay, so if I start the poll. And I have to add the widget. Hold on, I know how to do this. Holmes Hump Day. Homies Hump Day? That sounds like, I feel like that would get me the wrong kind of audience. Font setting. I know we wanted these to be bigger. Okay, so now is it not gonna work? It says it's live. I have the widget up. Is it not enabled? Probably. There's probably like an enable button somewhere that I... This means they'll stay up 30 seconds after the event. I don't know. I mean, like, I keep saying that's how I get better, is I do these things where I learn how to make things, but I don't know. I think it might have been because I didn't have the poll widget enabled. So maybe let me stop it and then restart it. Is it hidden in the background somewhere? No? No? I don't know what's going on with that. Truly don't. Uh-oh! Meta Submitta? I'm just gonna call you Meta. Weekly, Wednesday, whatsoever. That's a good one to add to the poll if I can ever get it in there. I don't know why it's not showing up. Weekly... You know, I should probably just copy and paste it. It's really the answer there. Wonderful Wednesdays. Do you want that instead of Wacky Wednesdays, or are you trying to add another one? I still don't know why the stupid poll's not working. I'm really upset about that. The whole widget in my Streamlabs, it's supposed to work, bro. Both. Add more, the better. Now, you get one or the other. You have to pick. You get one or the other. Everybody gets to input one idea. I don't want, then everybody has to input two, and then it's too much. It's just too many things. Everybody gets one. Let me just delete this again. Yes. And we're looking for a widget. It feels like the poll widget has to be that one. Right? It has to be that one. The source, perhaps? There's a Twitch poll, or there's a... I don't think that's the same Twitch. I don't think that's the same poll that's coming from the other one. Anyway, so your options are... Did it still not show up on the screen at all? It's still just not happening. Because I feel like it does it on the live screen, doesn't it? Right, like there's the poll widget right there. So the way you vote for these is from top to bottom, you put in the number. So like weekly Wednesday walkabout is 1, weekly Wednesday watch along is 2, weekly Wednesday wander is 3, wacky Wednesday is 4, or weekly Wednesday whatsoever is 5. And if you just type it into the chat, that's what happened. Can make it, wait, can I make it bigger? God, I have too many things. Too many things. And don't pay attention to the fact that I misspelled Wednesday in the title. We're not paying attention to that. Shh, 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 shh. So once again, from top to bottom, weekly Wednesday walkabout, the weekly Wednesday watch along, number 2. Number 3 is the weekly Wednesday wander. Number 4 is the wacky Wednesday. Number 5 is weekly Wednesday whatsoever. Does it still not work? I love that. I love those emotes, Backcoaster, but I'm not sure. I think it still works. I believe you just have to type in the number, like, and then it'll show it up. Like, try not to vote for your own. Or somebody else is gonna have to vote. It's a 3-way tie! The suspense is killing me! Ooh, Silver Mag. Clutch vote. Of course, now it says, oh, I guess it's the color. I really should have thought those oranges out a little better. I wonder if I can fix that. You're like, yeah, maybe I could if they weren't all on the same screen. The weekly Wednesday. Did that actually change it? Oh yeah, there we go. We can kind of see it better now, right? So that's 4 votes. I have 7 people in chat. So that's what's gonna happen here, is we're waiting for things. I could also put myself probably in the front, since I'm here for you guys. Now this is probably gonna look really cool, like if you're scrolling through on the just chatting panel, it makes this look like super professional, like I'm having like some kind of real whatever. Random randos can come in. I'll leave this up here. And we'll let people put in. Ooh, I love a pie chart. Ever mentioned how much I love a pie chart? I think it's funny how everybody voted for their own. Except for Silver Mag, who didn't put one in, just voted for HKs. I feel the support for friendships. That's what that is. Although I do like the Wednesday whatsoever, because obviously who the hell knows what we're doing on these days, but who the hell knows? Certainly not me. So I guess we'll shift gears, since mostly everybody here in the building right now talks about Final Fantasy. What's our new favorite jobs? What's everybody's go-to? I'm really like, I'm sad that I have already leveled Paladin to 90 because I want to play it more, but it feels bad to waste the experience points. So I've been playing things that I don't like, but I thoroughly enjoy playing Paladin. Makes me feel really invincible. That's an inside joke for only Final Fantasy players. I unlocked Reaper. In case you didn't see in the chat, Royo said Reaper was his favorite. I unlocked it. I played it. It seems very similar to the other jobs, but I haven't got the portal thing. Seems like the portal thing. I will say, I was doing roulettes earlier. You know how I love roulettes. I wanted to kill myself, but I need the experience points, so it's a thing. I was playing with a Reaper, and he kept running ahead and pulling shit. Like, I wanted to be like, can I just let him die? I was playing Dark Knight at the time. Is it rude of me, as the tank, if I don't feel comfortable pulling more, because I have judged this would be more efficient to go through 3 at a time as opposed to trying to pull 6 at a time and dying and then have to start over again, which we did 3 times because this Reaper kept pulling more shit. And I was about to be like, you know, I'm just gonna tell him the healer can't keep up, obviously, or maybe my gear was shit. Like, he just didn't give a fuck. I'm annoyed. He's given all Reapers a bad name, in my opinion. And for all I know, it could have been a she. Uh-oh. There's some HK in the house. Ninja's your favorite? Oh, you are a ninja. I don't understand why sometimes I get the beeps and sometimes I don't get the beeps in Discord, but I do and don't. So hey, it's HK, everybody. Welcome in, HK. How's it going? Can we hear HK in this? You might not be heard. Well, you know how Discord is with me. Sometimes it works with the thing, and sometimes not. So somebody in chat's gonna have to tell me if y'all can hear HK in the Discord or not. Although apparently, ooh, they cannot hear you, so it's like a secret you and I have. I still don't understand. Oh, you know, I did understand that. It was because. Oh, you don't want to be in stream? I think I can fix this. I think that may have fixed it.
Echo, echo, echo.
But we probably lost the music.
Oh no. Not the music.
So you'll just have to be.
That's the most important thing.
You'll just have to be as entertaining as the music, HK.
Dun, dun, dun.
No pressure.
I guess I can put my own soundtrack then. I make my own soundtrack, like dun dun dun.
All right, I mean, like, that seems cool. Backhoster really wants to you to do your own soundtrack. And I mean, I've been talking for literally 58 minutes until you came in here right now, so you feel free to talk some. Feel free.
The pressure. Well, I haven't leveled anything. I mean, haven't leveled much to 90 yet, so can't really say what job is my favorite currently. But maybe I'll have an opinion once I have everything to 90.
See, I have a problem with that. If a job is not fun to play before it's max level, how can it be your favorite? Especially now, because we used to be like, oh, it's fun at 80. Like, some of these jobs were designed to be fun at 50.
Yeah, but I guess one of the cool thing is they get even more improvement over towards level 90, so they get even more streamlined.
I mean, right.
Even better.
I'm a little upset.
It's fair to judge a job at level 90.
You know what? Why? I mean, like, you spend a lot of time not at level 90 on a job.
Yeah, but all the end game contents are level 90. So you are expected to have all of your kits at level 90 to be able to do end game stuff.
I don't know. I guess I'm more of the type to stop and smell the roses as opposed to rushing to the end. I felt bad about doing that with Endwalker.
I mean,
Spe-
I can understand. Like the journey is fun as well, but getting to the end is just as much fun as the journey there, because you get to see how your job evolve over the levels.
Have you done a tier list of the jobs?
Not yet.
Did you do 1 to 80?
Well, it's more like a personal preference rather than a tier list. Just because I just like how certain jobs are played rather than how good they are performance wise.
I think you need to pick one versus like one needs to be about damage, one needs to be about your favorite. Like, which one do you enjoy playing? Is a real question.
I mean, if I pick one out of each role, I think that's the most that I can do is pick one from each role.
Well,
then like the most like pick just one.
All right. So hypothetical situation: Square Enix announces that they have a new video game. They're gonna make a new Final Fantasy. It's gonna be Final Fantasy 20. It's in VR.
Ooh.
And they're gonna give you one special ability for having played Final Fantasy 14 for a certain amount of days. I don't know. They'll probably be like, for a year. If you played it for 5 years or something, you get to transport one of your job levels to the new game. Which job do you do? Which job do you have max level in your new video game when you get there? Also, we can make a poll out of this too. While HK's thinking about it, we can definitely make a poll out of this too. Y'all all just heard the answer. How do I phrase this as a question? Which job do you move to new game? And I'll so far go down as going tank, DPS, or healer are your options. What color's tank? He's blue, right? DPS is red. And healers are green. And I want a donut chart this time. Okay, so which job do you want to move in the hypothetical scenario that I just put? Tank, put number 1, DPS, put number 2, or 3 for healer. I think y'all know which one I'm gonna pick. Pretty obviously, I'm in love with Paladin. I feel like an invincible god of damage at this point. Backcoaster goes with DPS because he loves his Dancer. What exactly is it you love about Dancer? Now we're gonna start calling this the weekly Wednesday polls. The mobility, he says. Batcoaster likes to get around, is what I'm hearing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Can't nobody pin Batcoaster down. Nobody puts Batcoaster in the corner.
I mean, it's not wrong though, having 3 dashes compared to all the other classes. Just makes dodging mechanics way easier.
Right. I feel like that's for people who don't want to run. You gotta put your answer in the chat still, HK.
Uh,
Roya, I know you got an opinion too. I need some chat matrix. Put your numbers in the chat. Help a bro out. Let me know you're in the universe. We're not alone. We're not alone together right now. That's what it is. This is the new anti-COVID way of hanging out.
Wait, which one is healer again?
3. 3 is healer. I don't know why it's not showing the number. Wow, that's a perfect donut chart, you guys. There's more than 3 viewers. No pressure, but pressure! I'm not asking you to participate, but put a number in. 1 number! Come on! There's more than even Dead. I know Dead's just lurking. He's not obligated to participate, but that's how you get out of participating too. Is if you type in !lurk, that means that you are not actually watching, but you have it on to support me. So if you're new to the Twitch world, that's how you let yourself know that I'm not alone. Without actually having to like hang out. You know what? I need to add a lurk command while I'm thinking about it. Right this second.
Yes.
Oh, the DPS lines have taken the lead, you guys. Where's my tank love out there? Nobody likes to be a tank? I didn't used to like being tank. It didn't used to be my go-to job, but I feel like having experienced it in Endwalker now, where everybody's new, and being the tank is like the savior because tanks are helping this bottleneck get through the queue line. People are like, oh, you're a new tank? We don't care. You just showed up. Appreciate it. We don't care.
Yeah, but tanking in VR is something else, right?
I think that's gonna be. That depends on whether, like you feel the pain or not. I mean, if I'm even in VR, I'm the type of person in real life to run up and punch somebody in the face more than like shoot them from a distance. If I'm gonna take someone's life, I want to watch it leave their eyes. You made me that mad. I want to see it go.
Good point.
Hell hath no fury like a kind man anchored. Don't make me mad.
I just like being in the back line so that I can see what's actually happening in the fight, and just being able to adapt accordingly, rather than, I mean, is it just my playstyle?
That's fair. That's fair. I'm a pretty reasonable DPS myself. Like if I have to, like if I got 2 choices, I'd pick a DPS. Even though having one of each makes you a real well-rounded player, I don't really feel like you need to level every job in the game to 80 to be successful. Like to say that I've completed Final Fantasy. I think once you've leveled one of each, you have completed Final Fantasy. In my personal opinion, because they're all pretty much the same. They have subtle variances, but they're all pretty much the same. In, like, categories. Also, I see what you say, Backcoaster. Been trying to learn Gunbreaker. I think that will be my next level 90. I think Gunbreaker is the worst tank. Hands down, the worst. Their oh shit button steals all your hit points, all your remaining hit points left, and makes you invulnerable. Whereas like Paladin, you just get invulnerability, which is amazing. It's obviously the best one. And Dark Knight, at least, if you die, you have a chance to get healed back to full, and then you survive again. You don't lose anything. Actually, that's not true. For the first time today, I popped Living Dead, got healed to what I thought was full, but apparently still died when the buff fell off. That was the first time it's ever happened to me ever in all the hours I've played Dark Knight. But
well, you don't necessarily have to be healed to full. The way Living Dead works is that the debuff will disappear if you get healed to your max health rather than your full health. So for example, if you have 50k health, you only need to be healed by that amount for the debuff to disappear.
how often is that different than your full
I mean,
health?
so you'll be taking damage. You'll still be taking damage and losing health, but as long as the heal amount reaches 50k, you'll survive.
Okay, well, I still died, and we both thought it was like 99%, and I still died today. It happened to me. I was like, what the fuck? That was weird. It was definitely the first time I've ever. It was an experience for me with Living Dead, but still, Gunbreaker's garbage. Super Bowl, I think hands down is garbage. Am I wrong, HK?
I can understand. I can understand your point. But I think Super Bullet has its uses as well, especially when you are at low enough health that you can pop Super Bullet without and being at low health, and when you use it, it just takes just a little bit of your health away.
Yeah, so it's really.
Than your full health.
You know, you couldn't be like, oh, well, the tank buster's coming, and I'm at half health, so maybe I should go ahead and pop it, and you might survive either way, but you have to go, should I, shouldn't I? You know, like there's a whole lot of, with that. I'm a little. Also, the reason I say that now is I finally put it together, made a micro set, made a gear set. Like I unlocked the job, but I never bothered to play it. And I finally went through and played it, and I'm just like, now I see why. It's garbage. I don't like the way the gameplay. I think it does less damage. I feel like it's got less healing involved than Dark Knight. It's not like it's. I won't say it's like bad. Like it's still playable. It's still a tank. It's still, if it floats your boat to have a gun that is a blade and flip around. I don't really get the appeal of a Gunbreaker, but. And Royo says the new Gunbreakers are kinda awful, though. Backcuster says, I have had a hard time keeping up my MP up when I'm a Dark Knight. You know, the trick to that is to only use it for your shield, and only use your shield when you're gonna take enough damage to pop the shield, and it gives you a free DPS buff. I forget what the name of the ability is.
Flood of Shadow and Flood of Edge of Shadow, I think.
Yeah.
There's one for
Flood and Edge.
Or Eerie. Yeah.
Yes, he's right. That one. That's what you really spend your mana on, right? Because
another thing is you have a skill called Blood Weapon, which gives you MP when you use weapon skills. So you can sort of weave that in every time it's up.
And
extra mana.
And the green swirly button gives you MP back when you hit that. Instacast DPS that restores.
Oh, yeah,
Carve. That one gives you MP back too. Mm-hmm. See, I know stuff. I'm just a stoner, and HK's quicker. Also, and knows the things. I'm like the green swirly button. Speaking of which,
and unfortunately, they make that share cool down with Abyssal Drain, so you can either heal your MP or heal your health, but not both.
Yeah, but I mean, like when you're in a party, most of the time you need the MP back more than the HP.
Yeah, but when you're tanking like a trash mob, you rather have the health back rather than the MP.
Right, situational. Much situational. I think like Dark Knight, the way you do trash mobs versus the way you do a boss is very different rotation, in my personal opinion. But that's neither here nor there because I'm not an expert on any of it. HK's probably played more hours than I have. I'm here because I'm entertaining, not because I'm good at video games.
You don't have to be good at video games to enjoy it. That's the fun part of video games.
I hope not. If you like the content, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow for more of whatever we decide to call this Wednesdays. I think I just covered whether we decide to title it or nah. Nobody else wants to vote on this stream before I change it back to the other one, because I'm gonna leave this one up for several weeks maybe until we get a real title.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because I kind of like the poll background.
You can just like cycle the title every week.
Right? These are all going to be ones I use at some point or another. I like it. I like it. That's what we're voting on right now. Since that was all we got for the other ones. Wednesday. I know I didn't retype it. Like I just clicked the button over. I didn't make a new survey for it. What do you think I am? A streamer who's supposed to make things look cool and pretty? I do it like this to make people like you comment, because comments help the algorithm.
Yay.
I encourage people to correct my grammar and spelling in the comments below, because comments help the algorithm, and I can't spell anything. Don't even ask me to spell like specifically anything. I can't even do that. I still have to fix. LOL. Wednesday, did you know my stepdad is Wes? Really? No, I did not know your stepdad was named Wes. And sometimes when I'm typing, I skip letters because my brain works faster than my fingers. So that's what happened there. I knew how to spell the word. I just skipped a few skew in the middle.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Happens to me all the time. Like when I'm writing stuff, I'll still skip it. I definitely have ADHD and dyslexia, so my brain is like to answer. I mean, like my brain is basically my computer screens, and right now I have 4 screens up. One of them has Discord, a task manager, a video editor. One of them has the stream with all my Streamlabs and Discords and things and ups. This one has the music, the like 8 tabs of Google that I'm doing stuff in. I've got literally shit everywhere. and actually, I am mad about the thing. You know, I have a spell checker that checks all my shit throughout this thing. I have like an add-on in my computer for that, and it doesn't work in Streamlabs. I'd have to like copy and paste it into Docs and then spell check it and then put it back into Streamlabs. And I did not have time to do that on the fly with the poll. I'll fix it off stream. Is it important to you? I'll fix it off stream. God, at least I did. He did get to look. He like commented the most. That's the most he's commented about was the spelling errors. So thank you for your comments, support, and love. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so now the lurk connection should work. There. Now every time you pop in and you just want to let me know you're here and you're showing your support but not actually watching me, that's what you do. You come in, you type in lurk, and it makes that little message happen, and it makes the emotes show up and be cute. So there we go. Look, that happened live. You were here for it.
Yay.
I was gonna make a tier list, but I don't know how to do it in the cool tier list way that everybody does. I was kind of googling that off to the side too, but that's a video introduction. Like, oh, I have to watch a video to learn how to do it, and I'm like, I can't watch a video and make a video at the same time, friends. My ADHD is definitely doing multiple things at one time, and I'm all like, let me leave this up over here to remind myself to go back to doing that and close this out. Because we're done with that, I can close out the leaderboard because I don't know if that refreshes. Because Dix per Bro is still up there, and I feel like y'all been watching a lot. Y'all should have got some stuff. I think I can give points though. I don't know. That's why I should have kept that list up, because I could have kept up the things. I have a random question. Hey, what's up with the grapes thing? I think you might have to be more specific in referring to grapes thing.
I think I was referring to this patch. They fixed the grapes pixel.
Oh, was there? I guess I had never noticed there was grapes had a pixel issue. I started putting together the Final Fantasy Market Report. It's a lot of Final Fantasy videos on grapes. Grapes, all of a sudden. Should we Google it and find out? What's the deal with all the grapes? Final Fantasy XIV. As millions of Eorzeans flock to the shores of Final Fantasy's ever-expanding universe to fend off the tides of evil of Final Fantasy Endwalker, there's a lot of hosts and new. That's the blah blah blah. Final Fantasy's grapes got a glow up, and people are not happy about it. And of course, they carried out and made memes. That's basically how that occurred. I think the reason you don't get that is it's not funny. That's probably why you don't get that. I'm gonna put that in a ranking. It's gonna be an F tier. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. So, Royo, do you get it? I guess he gets it because he's laughing about it. I think there's a thing about people not respecting what they have. I think that's what it is. Somebody went to the trouble of being like, wow, these grapes, aren't quite right. Let me fix that up in a patch. And then somebody had to blow it up and make something stupid out of it. Like, they're barely even better. So would you have rather they just left it? Like, that upsets me. Like, the longer I think about it, the more mad it makes me.
It's not that people are particularly angry about it. I think they just find it amusing. And then even more amusing that they decided to add a bit more pixels to it.
I really feel like they're prepping this game for VR. I feel like they're prepping it so hard. They're probably gonna make it so you can go and pick an individual grape. Okay, that was enormous, but alright. So now I need to zoom in is what I need to do. Let me... I just love me some Google Sheets. I just recently discovered it was the love of my life. Pull it out to here so y'all can see what that looks like, but then I'll pull it back this way. So how do they rank these? It's like S tier is the top part, then it's A rank, then B, C, F? BCF? That's... I'm not sure why didn't they just start with A, B, C, and then F? Like, why do we have to start with the S? Does anybody know that? Does the universe know that? So, I guess we'll do a tanks. And personally, I'm gonna put Gunbreaker at the bottom, Paladin at the top, and Dark Knight behind it. Did you buy all the grapes? At least they try. That's what I said. At least they should just be happy that's a thing. They should just be happy that's a thing. I'm going to leave this here for a moment to inspire some chat while I take a short recess. Just from camera. I'm not really going to change anything. Boop. Let me know what you think of the chat. Okay, I back. Is it at least a B? I was not impressed. Not impressed. Have you played Paladin at all? Like, what level's your Paladin? I feel like isn't tank like your own? I feel like Gunbreaker's your only tank, and you only did that because it was starting at 60, right? Isn't that weird to think that that's still? Royo's defending Gunbreaker. I think I'm gonna do healers next. I obviously am gonna put White Mage at the top. I'm probably gonna put Sage. What's the abbreviation for Sage? SGE?
Yep.
It's weird. It looks real weird. And then we have Astro. And what was the other one? Scholar. Scholar's at the bottom. Sure. I don't even know, what is it, SCH? And I mean, I'm gonna put Sage and Astro on like the same level. Because I think Astro got better. I know y'all are definitely gonna be like, what? But I like it's prettier. Plays into me is that
they definitely get better. They barely lose any MP now.
That's good.
The amount of MP regen that they get dispatch. And basically White Mage runs out of MP even quicker than all the other healers now.
No, I haven't really played White Mage since level like this patch. And what do you mean it runs out of MP faster? They still have Lucid Dreaming, and don't they still have Thin Air?
Yeah, but Thin Air only works on the next spell you cast.
Next 3, doesn't it?
No, just the next one. But they have 2 charges at 60-second cooldown.
Oh, so it used to be you got 3 free spells.
Oh, I think it lasts for like 6 seconds, so you can throw in 2 or 3 spells in. But now it only works on the next spell you cast.
I used to be able to get like a swift cast, raise, a Medica 2, and then start the casting for another raise with thin air for free. Like bat bat bat. I miss me some white mage. And like, I wouldn't mind playing a healer in the VR, but that feels graphic. Can you imagine being the healer? Like you're having to like, you're watching somebody getting bloodied and gutted, and you're like, boom, boom, just throw all the heals you can throw, and they're still dying. You're like, no! That could be pretty graphic. I could see that being traumatic over time. I bring that up because I feel like I talked about this on one of those. There's a book series that I've read where the people of like the planet had to flee into an MMO to at least survive in some kind of way because there was meteorites coming to destroy the whole planet, like apocalyptic, you know, kind of thing. And they fled into this MMO, and it's people that can, like, they're never played MMOs before in their life, are suddenly waking up in this like medieval MMO. It's a pretty funny book series. I wish I could think of the life of it, but it definitely makes you think about it. Like what VR, that's pretty much what VR would probably be. Is one of these backstories from one of these books is going to be how they're going to wake up in a... Like, Final Fantasy's intro is kind of dumb. Like, if you really think about it, they never really explain where you are or where you came from or where your backgrounds or beings are. You just woke up a full live being on a cart wheeling in. Yeah, this is how life starts here. I think virtual reality will have to have some kind of intro to make it feel immersive. You have to have that tie-in that it feels like real people. But like, I don't know, have you seen the Matrix thing? The Unreal Engine 5 Matrix, like what they did with this new Matrix movie? And I think, gosh, scratchy today. Excuse me. And I think that the graphics for this expansion were different in some kind of way. And I feel like they may have been using the Unreal Engine 5 is like virtual reality almost. I mean, like watching them through these cutscenes now with their hair moving and their facial expressions, and like if you really zoom in on your character and make him wink, and it's quite impressive the amount of detail they've put into these characters already. Like, how much effort would it really take for them to make this VR? Really? They had to figure out some way to make you move and some way to interact with the spells and stuff. But otherwise, you just be playing it in first-person view all the time. I figure with the way my monitor's set up right now, I wish there was a way that I could, if I could put on the VR helmet and just have it control my view. That's probably all I'd need. I know where all the buttons and stuff are, and my hotkeys and stuff. You know, I don't need to see them anymore. If I could just see what's on my screen and in virtual reality be able to control my head movement, that'd be amazing. So many armies that are MMOs with their deep drive systems. And I assume that Backcuster said, yeah, the Unreal Engine is required for the game. For the Matrix game? I don't know if that was a Matrix game or if that was the movie, because I know there is a movie experience of the Matrix. But I saw the YouTube experience when they were talking about the Unreal Engine 5 experience. The game is, they're gonna make he says yes. I'm assuming that means yes to a game and a movie, because I know there's a movie and there must be both. That's interesting. Has anybody played the game out there in the universe? I'd love to know, because is it virtual reality? I have an Oculus, but I only ever play Beat Saber. I haven't really looked. I saw that you could actually stream VR. I thought about doing that, but God, I'm fat these days, so I don't know if I want people to be able to see me standing up. Like, a full body camera shot would probably make me want to kill myself every day. Putting on jeans every morning already makes me want to, like, hurt myself. So there's that. I don't think it's out yet. It's gonna be on PS5 sometime next year, I believe. The movie comes out next week. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Coaster, for your appreciative viewership and information. Also, I probably will export this to YouTube because it's been a pretty good stream so far. I've had lots of participation, seen lots of people out. Hope this happens more. Anyway, let's get back to our list. I'm sure the DPS is going to cause us some strife. DPS is obviously going to be the hard one. So for me, my two favorite, Red Mage, Black Mage, also Machinist. I think...
the Black Mage of physical range.
Say what?
Oh, Machinist is basically the Black Mage of physical range.
They're... I mean, I guess in essence it's all button pressing, but I feel like the moves are way different. Like the play style is way different because you can move around a lot more with Machinist than Black Mage.
I mean, in terms of utility versus damage. So Black Mage has like zero utility with full on damage. Samurai is pretty much the same, and Machinist is similar in that kind as well. They don't give any utility to the group other than just one damage mitigation, and that's
on a long cooldown too. Like pretty much once per fight you get to use that guy.
I mean they have it at reduced cooldown at high levels, but yeah, essentially that's the only thing that they are bringing to the table. So I like to call them the Black Mage of physical range.
That's fair. As far as Samurai goes, I'm gonna put that on an A tier. I know it's supposed to be all the DPS, but God, I hate melees. But it's the only one that so far has been tolerable for me because I feel like it's a little mini game. But I haven't also leveled Ninja at all. I know once Ninja got to the Jujutsu, I got a little lost in the mire of that, so I stopped leveling it. But it's on my list, so it's probably up there too because I like the little mini games as you play. Reaper. Okay. Reaper, it's up there. I know it does a lot of damage. I've seen it wreck some things. When done correctly, Reaper can reap for sure. Summoner. I think Summoner might be down here now. But I haven't leveled that as well, so I'm going to put it at the bottom because obviously I haven't leveled it until now. So it was shit until they made it a thing. So, also, Streamlab reminds me to tell you to follow, like, subscribe to the YouTube channels as well. So, like, if you want to see where I play and put up some of the other videos from some of the other things I'm going to do, I'm going to start doing a Final Fantasy market report about where I check the items and things every morning on Final Fantasy to see what we're gathering and what we're getting for the day's labors. So, check that out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. We also have the Discord where I post links to all the videos because I do things on Humankind. I do things on Final Fantasy, I'm playing Star Sector right now, which is a game that I guarantee nobody's ever heard of because it's like a little beta game that I bought in early access years ago, and they haven't really changed or updated it since. So I'm not sure it's better, but they just released an update kind of randomly out of blue nowhere. So who knows what's going on with that game? But it's a pretty cool game, and it's very addictive for some reason. This little Java game lets you explore the universe. You get a ship, you get to make ships, design ships, play ships. I might play some of that later.
Ooh, universe.
It's pretty fun. I mean, like, it's not something you play with other people, and it's super chill because you can pause it, and you get colonies that you could build. But I got a whole bunch of mods on it now. It's like... it's a thing. Who have I left out of this list? I've got Red Mage, Black Mage, Machinist, Samurai, Ninja, Reaper, Summoner, Monk. Obviously for me, it's going to be at the bottom because I hate but I haven't played the new one. Monk. He called it Monk. Didn't put Dancer in. Hate to tell you Vats, but Dancer's at the bottom. Dancer's always going to be at the bottom because it's weird. Feels like you're playing Whack-A-Mole. Ooh, and Bard. Bard's up there though. I like Bard. I'll put Bard up here. I don't want to be like just because it's on the river. I'll put Bard up here. And I should probably give Dancer a little more credit, just because I feel like it's Whack-A-Mole. It's a pretty game. I'll move it up one here. I'll move it up one. Just because Backcoaster's like, no, he's freaking out. I'll move it up one. I'll move it up one. It's his favorite job. I feel like it's the lazy job though. I feel like it does the least amount of damage, but it has utility. It does give some healings. It has some options, but I think it's lower down there. I love the cat.
It's definitely a utility-based job. They give out damage buffs to everyone, so it kind of takes away damage for the utility.
And I'm not sure that's worth it. Like just overall, that's why I feel like it's gonna stay at C.
I did play Dancer at level 90, and the burst it can do at the beginning of fight with all the buffs and all. That is pretty sick.
You've already gotten Dancer to 90?
I haven't played it in the second EX trial, second extreme trial. Yeah, it was pretty crazy the amount of damage they can put out, at least in the first like 15 seconds or so.
A lot of burst in the initial.
Very much.
Interesting. Have you played Paladin yet?
Yeah, got him to 90 as well.
You like that combo at the end, the finisher? Like that makes a lot more sense. I always wondered what that was about but like, why do I get this one big finisher ability at level 80, and then you're like, oh wait.
Yeah, because I guess they were saving that combo to level 90 as well. And another good thing about Paladin is that because the Requicas, or whatever it's spelled as, it's called that, they have a longer duration, so you get to weave that pretty early into your combo.
Good. All right, I just moved drag down because I haven't even leveled it. My Lancer's level 7, so obviously it's the worst one. He's like, you and Pally get a room. Like, right? I wish I could funnel my experience points to other things, but I only play Black Mage in PvP, which is the only place you could do that. Like, I wish I could, like, play the Adventurer in Need, but get experience points on another job.
I mean, you can do that in PvP, basically.
Yeah, only in PvP, but I play Black Mage in PvP, so I might as well get the experience points for Black Mage in PvP. Because I don't know, I like the new Black Mage rotation a lot better. It feels more like the other rotations, and I have understood it a lot better to me. So I don't know if it's really better in the game, but I can make it work better for me. I do tons of damage. I dueled 2 Black Mages 1v2 and I killed them both. They were like, oh, we've got you. And I'm like, you're dumb. You're going to panic as soon as I start laying out the deeps. And they sure did. Put one of them to sleep and then kill the other one. And then they're like, oh, shit. Now what do you do? Right. You're standing next to the corpse of your friend. Do you panic or nah?
You have Black Mage to level 90 though?
No. PvP is still level 80 though. So nothing of that has changed. But you got
like some pretty good changes. I think I saw like a Nix, he posted like a level 90 rotation, which is like 100% instant cast.
Well, I mean, with the new triple cast thing, that's pretty awesome. I like what they've done with triple cast for sure. So I mean,
Get two charges. That's definitely like
That's-
life change.
yeah, because you're like, I can save that to when I have to move and still keep my rotation going on. Really.
Yeah. And then the duration of all your props are like practically almost half a minute long, so that you can still you are not forced to spend them.
Which is nice. But I mean, you can't not spend them unless you don't cast a spell. Then you're like, But I guess for trash mobs, probably helps you to put some DPS out while you're moving. I always thought as Black Mage, that was something that Machinist had like way better than Black Mage, was the DPS they could put out while moving. Just walking behind with that like spray and pay thing used to be like, by the time you got as a tank, by the time you got there, you'd be like, their mobs are half dead by the time you stopped. Black Mage not so much. I just kind of wish they gave like Scathe should have become AoE. They should have just gave him an AoE Scathe.
At this point, kind of feel like Skate is just smooth at this point.
Alright, but if they made it AoE, then it could be something you just spammed while you ran behind the tank, you know? But now triple cast, I guess, you could totally, like, I used to cast Thunder a lot. Like, I'd have to like sprint ahead of the tank and then like cast Thunder as he brought the mod up just to get like my one like slow cast AoE off. Because at least like, I mean, I don't know, I guess Machinist has Bio, so technically it has an AoE dot, but not as good as Black Mage, for sure.
I mean, you don't really use Bio for single target though, because it does the same amount of damage as Drill.
It does the same amount of damage as what?
Drill. Wait, do you mean the Bio Blaster or the Bio for Scholars?
I mean the Bio Blaster from Machinist.
Yeah, your Drill definitely deals way more damage than Bio Blaster. So you
Well,
want
yeah,
to
but
have it.
I used that while running. Was my comparison. That is something you could use. The Machinists have an AoE DPS like Thunder. Was my only comparison to that. I hardly ever use Bioblaster, really. Royo says, I got Black Mage to level 90. That was quick. That's the one you used for your story quest, though, right? He says, I think they changed that in PvP because when I was as Reaper, it ended with Astro and got XP for Astro. Right. Whatever you queue in the frontline roulette is what job gets the experience points, but you can play as whatever you'd like to play in situation.
Once you're inside, yeah.
Silver Mag's back. He says, my hand is over early tonight. I'm able to listen for real now. I'm excited that you're excited to listen to this. Like, he's probably been listening to this on the side, like he really wants to be involved for like the last 3 hours, but just hasn't been. So he's been having to like end his game super quickly. Like, he killed his character just so he could come listen. Oh, that's so nice, Silver Mag. Royo could tell you this game that I played with Hadram, that I had this crazy, like, ridiculous character, and he jumped off a cliff and died. I forget his name now. Quoth. Naturally, it was another TPK. That makes sense. I mean, I've been through several TPKs lately. Oh, the new dungeons are fun. Did you see the new lurk command? I made one for you specifically in mind. If you put hashtag lurk, it'll make a little thing happen when you are just in the thing. I fixed it. Let's see. I mean, he's not actually lurking this time. This is a lurk test, everyone. This is a test of the emergency lurking broadcast system. Please.
Test of lurk.
Oh, just has, it's nope. Exclamation point lurk. We were so close. He's a Russian spy. I feel like if he was a Russian spy, he would be on TikTok. I don't know. Yay! Yay! Look, even gave me the spitty walls. Yay! Also, if you're new, you get loyalty points. So I don't know if you even missed that. There's a whole thing. Leader, B-O-A-R-D, board. That tells you where you are on the leaderboard. You have points. Points. P-O-I-N-T-S. I have 0 fire starters, and my rank is 79 of 182 because I don't believe I can earn my own points. Maybe I can give. $2018. I don't know, there's supposed to be a duel apparently supposed to work. That sounds, I don't know. We're working on new things. I got the leaderboard to work. I got the new lurk to work, so that's important. And gamble works. If you do gamble, G-A-M-B-L-E, all. I don't have any points, but that's because I can't watch my own. But yeah, I changed it, so now they have fire starters, because it's Fire Life 2018, so... And then you have Fires of Life for watching, apparently. It's supposed to be, you get 10 for every, or it's like you get 1 point for every 10 minutes you watch, or something of that sort. That's fun. Also, we had polls today. Did you see the polls? There were polls. You can still vote on this one if you want to, but apparently it resets every time I start and stop it over. But it's a pie chart. It's 1 through 5, top to bottom in the rankings for what it is that you want to vote for. I know I sound so thrilled, but we've been talking about it all day, and I'm going to bring it back. We're going to talk about what we're going to do next time, but I think the weekly Wednesday whatsoever won for this one. Are the polls not fun? I thought the polls would be like nice, you know, I thought the polls would be nice. Are they not nice? I don't have to do the polls. Also, I want to turn this down just a little bit. Is music still okay for everybody else? This is the same poll as before. I'm just reiterating that we had a poll, but I think Silvermag voted in this one before. He voted for the weekly Wednesday whatsoever. But yeah. Well, I've seen those channel point things before. Some channels let you spend points to do special sounds or highlight your message. Well, once I get to affiliate, that will be, yeah, like officially Twitch. This like the points that I'm giving you now are a way for me to help get affiliate. They're like a separate thing. So yeah, just like the leaderboard. It's where you get the points. That's what's it. I don't know. I think the leaderboard still has to be done. Like I don't think Twitch has an official like watcher leaderboard. He just said I did vote because he could see it while he's on mute. That's funny. He's funny. That's hysterical. I appreciate it. He was actually watching, even on mute. Wow, that's impressive. I'm the next Brad Pitt, you guys. Don't tell people. I hear I smell better than Brad Pitt. You know Brad Pitt's supposed to be one of the smelliest celebrities alive. According to People magazine. Check my sources. It's a real thing. He's smelly. Now you know. How does that make you feel about Brad Pitt? That he smells like pits.
Good one.
Bet nobody ever made that joke before.
You hear it live, but
Say what?
I mean, you heard it live here
Right, you heard it laughing.
in history.
I don't know if I'm the first one to say that though. You thought it was Matthew McConaughey? No, Matthew McConaughey just looks dirty. He still showers though. I feel like he's one of those actors that never really cleans up. He always has that really like scruffy look about him. But still, for the man's age, he's looking pretty good, from what I understand. My mother watched him in something recent and was surprised at how good he looked. He's like, he's been playing all these old, crumpy men all this time, and now he's playing somebody hot. So she's like, he's still got it, and I'm like, you say so, Ma. You say so, but I haven't seen it lately. But apparently he's still out there, acting up a storm. I tell you what. Ding dang old boomhauer, bang old boomhauer, ding 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 there. Is that a copyright strike? Hashtag name that show. I'll find a way to give you points if you can name that show in the chat. I know there is a way to give you points. No, there's a way.
Be back second.
Don't threaten us like that. Command. Bingo. Interesting. Apparently I have songs involved. Dang, there's a lot of people who have checked out your channel. Right? You look at that list, right? That's what I said. Like, I do get viewers. I mean, there are people out there in the universe, and the whole lurk situation. I think I added a new command that lets you say, hi. Hashtag hi, and then it just pops up some random emotes. You are on the leaderboard. You should be, like, whenever I get the Patreon to be a real thing, you'll be honorary Patreon, I'm sure, once I can give those away. I did just look up how to give points. Add points. Has to be with an S. It has to be all one word, and then we'll say all. Usage. Edit points. Username. All 1, 2, 3. Now I don't know if you have points. Somebody's gonna have to gamble away your points and see if you have points. I don't know. Well, you know, if I ever get up and running, I'm gonna want to have people's names to scroll across the list. So yeah, to be like, look at my Patreon supporters. You know, I'll probably put my mom on there too. So, this literally has been 2 hours of me sitting here shooting the shit with Stream. How does that make you feel, Stream? What is the command to spend my points? I believe it's exclamation point gamble, and then Wait. I know gamble lets you gamble, and I usually just do all, and it'll gamble all the points, but there is a way to check your points. I believe if you put exclamation point command, it will give you a list of commands. Commands? Or is it just command? It's just command. No, it says commands. Ah! It's just slow. He did it. There it is. Oh, and Nightbot. Because I have Nightbot and Streamlabs activated. So either of those commands will actually work, but the stream elements is the one that has the leaderboard. So that's the one that tracks your points with the leaderboard. There's a roulette, there's redeem, there's quote, oh, it's probably just exclamation point points. Probably. I have 1 Fires of Life. So Streamlabs, they're called Fires of Life, and Stream Elements, they're called Fire Starters. It's good that I've been consistent. So the Fire Starters are the points you get that we track. Where might be the Fires of Life? You know, we're tracking it all. We're numbers people here on this stream. As you can tell by the polls, we're numbers people here on the stream. Aw. It's always sad when you pack a really nice bowl and then it's gone. That's sad days. I'm trying to ration out my marijuana that I bought while I was in DC. I have several of these, well, I shouldn't say several, I have 2 of these cartridgey things left. And I have, like 1 nug of actual flour left, and I'm like, ugh, I'm so dependent on my marijuana, it's sad. Truly and utterly, but it's marijuana. We get it. This little bit is killing me on the stream. Like, it's killing me. Killing me. Uh-oh. Look at you with the roulette. You won 50 fire starters in roulette, and now has... Look at all... You got so many fire starters. So many fire starters. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, we're playing around with what Wednesdays are, so vote in the poll. And join the Discord. Follow the YouTube. Don't forget to like leave a urine sample, a copy of your like long form birth certificate. Right, I know I ask a lot. But none of these things cost you anything. I'm just kidding about the long form birth certificate and the urine sample. I don't really want that. There's somebody out there that does. So if you want to send it to somebody, I'm sure you could just put a website for that. Lurking has its benefits, right? You got all those points. All those fire starters. Silver Mag still voting for weekly Wednesdays whatevers. Still got the votes going down. I haven't had a new follower for a while, so that'd be cool. I have new alerts. I think it's getting to the point where I have too many things in front of that. There it goes. There's my follower alert. And subscription alert. I'm not seeing it pop up on the screen now. Or has it gotten delayed? Spiffy. Yeah, I try. If I make videos about the Final Fantasy market report, will you watch it? Like if I make a 5-minute report, like, hey, the price of iron's gone up or down this week. I don't know if I'm gonna do it daily or weekly. I might track it and then do like a weekly report to be like which ones of like the staple ingredients are worth buying and selling. I'm unsure of how I'm going to present this, whether I should do like a 5-minute recap of the same items every day and then maybe like a weekly report at the end, or I spend a lot of time myself making spreadsheets for figuring out how to make money and gathering and so on and so forth. So I feel like I should probably just share that information with the general public. I just need to find the best way to do that. I think it's kind of interesting, key market indicators. That's kind of how I was presenting it, is the key market indicators, but trying to decide on what the key market indicators are is kind of ridiculous. Like, I went to Teamcraft and I made a list of all the items that I will need to make for each crafter to advance to the next level of script generation, like, because you get the 81 through 85 and then you get 86 through 89 or 86 through 90 in the next one. So you get like a gap, so you can make a whole bunch in one gap and then use that to go to the next gap, and vice versa, because obviously scripts are going to be the best way to level crafters in the new patch. So I mean, like, if anybody tells you any different, they're a moron, because you're going to need so many scripts, and scripts translate into money more than anything else. Like, if you go and gather things that aren't for scripts, that's a harder thing to make money off of than making scripts. Just being able to make scripts when you can and turning those into money is easier than trying to gather for money, if that makes sense. Because, like, my level 81 miner can go and get some Charlian rock salt, which you can only get from a timed node that happens once every hour, and I can only really get feasibly 3 of them at the 1,000 collectability, but it gives you 1.3 million experience points per turn in at the 1,000 collectability, and you get 34 scripts. Like, you're gonna need the scripts, and I mean, that's 1.3 times 3, and maybe 4 if you used a tonic, perhaps. But for 8 million, almost 8 million experience points an hour, I defy you to do that any other way. Gathering. A lot of experience points. Also, Silverback says, if it's a mix of high and low level components, it might reveal something about server population. Well, see, I thought about that. And you're thinking, the churn is pretty real on all the crafters. I've did a whole, like, I'm not somebody who likes to spend money, so I don't spend money. I usually go and gather for things. So I have a pretty realistic view of what the market looks like and what items you need to use to level in my manner of doing so. But that has changed so drastically since I last did it. Like, this whole Crystallarium deliveries is now the new norm in the thing, and I didn't even do the Crystallarium deliveries last time. I just leveled up by making money, making craft things to make money to sell. I just leveled up my crafters naturally doing so, like I'm doing now. I haven't made an honest effort to level my crafters, but I do often make things. Like, if I come across components, I'll just quick synth them into whatever component they're supposed to be. Like, if I send a retainer out to get some logs, or if I get like the airship components for some logs, I'll just turn them into lumber and put them back in the airship, put them back in the free company box. So, like, all I spent was some crystals and like 2 seconds of my time, probably like while I went to the bathroom or something. Like, it's, I don't know. I feel like this game is designed to be played like it's your life, and I don't know that in real life you would sit down and go to Joann's Fabrics and buy their whole yarn selection and just sit down and knit the same scarf over and over and over again, and then suddenly stand up and be like, "Wow, I'm a master weaver." You know, like, I don't know if that's how life works. So that's truly not how they intended you to level the crafting situation. And I mean, like, who knows if and or when we're getting another expansion? Have they announced it? I haven't actually looked to see if they've put out news for when the next one's going to be, or if there is even going to be a next one. And that Streamlabs trying to remind me to tell you to like, subscribe, and follow, because I don't do that enough. And I need people to do that, to like, subscribe, and follow, so I can make some more of this amazing content for you guys, because I need to know who likes what, other than who's watching it, so that's going to be a thing. And I'm liable to stay here chit-chatting about some bullshit until people stop watching. I mean, like, at this point, this is greatly helping my average views, because I'm up to like 7 views at this point. Talking about some, what should we call Wednesday's stream, and I misspelled Wednesday. I can't believe nobody else has said anything about that in the comments. Like, I used to get people that would tell me I'm streaming in the wrong category all the time. And I'm like, hey, thanks for the chat, appreciate it. Yeah, got it. But now I stream more in appropriate categories. I don't know, I don't want to be a bad person. You know? The fear of me being a bad person is often what keeps me from doing bad things. But isn't that morality in a nutshell? HK, are you still here?
No.
That's a valid response. That's such a valid response. Like, he was never here in the first place, technically. I mean, where is here? Do you think one day we'll be doing this in like virtual reality? Like, we'll be sitting around like in chairs in the same room, having our own little avatars, having this conversation? Like, we could all probably log into Final Fantasy right now. I think everybody in my chat is probably a Final Fantasy player. And I bet we could all log in right now and go meet at the Free Company house, and we could all do it right this second. Put it in the chat right now if you're playing Final Fantasy right this second. Like, put it in the chat. Could use the roundtable room. Is there a roundtable room? Where's the fucking roundtable room? I'm gonna see what the queue's like. I'll try to log in and see what the queue's like. Most likely, there was like a 700 queue. Ooh. I mean, like, it's 11 o'clock here now. Actually, 700 is not as bad as one would think. He says, wasn't, but... Royo, 700Q, oh gosh! Where's this roundtable room? I'm...
Nowhere. Nowhere at all.
Uh-oh. It said to better facilitate the login process, they have to display the character information has been simplified. That means there's a queue, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah! I really love the way they changed the message.
It's only 25 in queue, so maybe they've done something else. Maybe they've really made it better.
Yeah, it was definitely half from what it was yesterday. So I guess it's going back to normal.
I mean, right, 25 was like that was better than normal. Really? That's definitely better than normal.
Yeah, I think for me normal is about less than 100. I mean that's what normal means for me anyway. It might be different for the rest of you guys.
Why are you telling me it doesn't exist? That seems. I think I've been in this free company longer than both of you. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of the poll. Oh, we're in beautiful Final Fantasy. And at the Free Company House, no less. Like, I logged out of here, apparently. If you're new to Final Fantasy, this is what we look like. I just recently became a bunny boy. This is my red mage glam, because I like the I made this specific... Oh wait, actually this is not my red mage glam, this is my carpenter. Speaking of crafter. My red mage glam got ruined. I had to update the things. Tell me I haven't deleted it. Did I delete it? Oh, there it is. There we go. I kept this one specifically because I like the victory emote. Does no justice unless you can see it twirl. And maybe because I used to do color guard, and it reminds me a lot of doing saber tosses, so I was like, oh, I love that. That's exactly what that is a saber toss. And with the trailies, it makes it look so neat. I know, there was only 25 in queue when I went through. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. HK, the cabbages are blooming. Aren't you our resident?
Just waiting for, just waiting for the other one to bloom. So I harvest them all.
Now there's a bunny in a tree. This is the spoilers. This is the paladin gear to unlock at level 89 that you can buy from spoilers. I'm just gonna stop because I won't that would definitely be a spoiler. But yeah.
You mean the protect armor?
This is the one that's like in the trailer. This is why I told everybody to like play it as paladin. Paladin is the one that it was supposed to be played as. And then we see naked Dr. Faustus walking up, like slow walking. I'm gonna be like, I said, we don't need hookers here. This is a nice neighborhood. And there's Sir Daedalus in his winter glam. Looking all plush. Kitty boy butt right in your face. You want a little action? He looks like he's taking a shit. Just he's like he heard me. Too funny. I do love his hair. I think it makes him look older though. Like he's got this whole like Magneto vibe going on. I like being part of the in crowd. And there's HK. Look at your little winter glam. You look so cute. I like that hat. I feel like if I saw you in public somewhere, I'd be the one. Be like, girl, I love that hat. Look at you rocking that feather like nobody's business. who is Chad Inc?
Like the FC next to us.
Is it? That would be funny. So this we started this conversation with, can you imagine this in VR? Like if you go into the home screen, literally, like if you get a scroll lock, this is what you could look like. Can you imagine? Like it's already 360, 100%. You can look up at the night sky. I mean, I guess this is a bad example. Where would it be night at this point? What time of the day is it? In Eorzea, it's 2:55 p.m. Is it 2:55 p.m. everywhere? There's a real good question. Like, they don't have time zones in Eorzea? I never thought about that.
You know?
So this is our free company house. Like, I described this to my mother as our frat house.
Sounds about right.
It's pretty much like we have a hot tub. We have a hot tub. We have chocobos. We all have our own personal chocobos. We have fountains that we can turn on and off, which I don't know why that amuses me so much, but the fountains. Like, you can make it do stuff. Yeah, let's go inside. I'm just glad my snow glam matches the weather. Yep. The neighbors. How do you know that? Like, have you talked to them? This is our free company house. I love that the entrance is like the big demon, like, she's really got that on lock. So then we have this room over here. It's fish tanks. And I'm gonna show you what an empty plot looks like. In case you're...
The new thing in the front entrance.
There's a new thing in West front entrance. And like the front entrance.
Cool
And this house?
And outside, just outside.
Oh, let me finish doing the inside before I send back out again. I gotta go find this round table room. Apparently. I mean,
It's definitely not in my private.
oh, your private apartment's the round table room. Aha! The secret stash. Been holding meetings without me. Is there about to be an overthrow? I didn't realize I was in charge. How can there be an overthrow? She finally got all these done. These things cost a lot of money. I wish he had let me make them for her. But it's nice that she did it. I guess I should have just made them. I guess I could just make them and put them in the free company house and sell them on the auction house. It'd be the same difference, I guess. Speaking of that, resident gardener, did you ever those gazelle nuts? Gazel nuts? I apparently cannot find the nut I'm referring to. Because I can't find that piece of furniture. Because apparently, never mind. It's not worth it. Gazel nuts, the things you use to make those crafting benches. At least there's like 4 or 5 of them you make with those. Oh, you want me to look at the arch? What was I looking at the arch? Is this like the new decoration or something? What am I looking at?
Yeah, like this cool looking sword thing.
Oh, like the actual arch. Because didn't it used to be like the flower thing?
Yeah, that list got the like you can make this from a drop in the one of the crystal power grades.
Oh. And you probably mean it's in the free company estates, probably not your own private apartment. Because there's another thing about housing in this game is everybody has an attainable house. Because like if you're in a free company, you can come back here and get a free company apartment, like Mr. Each case under construction. Definitely is a round table room. I want to know what kind of meetings you're having in here without me. But it's really pretty, actually. I feel like this probably took a lot of time and effort to set up. Because you have to put the chairs in and angle them just so, like, each one of these you have to put down in place. What in the world just happened?
Well, it's kind of like a whole package there, basically. Like it comes with the table and the chairs as well.
Oh, the whole thing comes together. Silvermax says, Ariel's our house mother, keeps the place looking fresh. I haven't spoken to them, but we invaded their house a couple months ago. I'm not saying there are plans for an overthrow, but there are plans and plans and plans within plans. Says. I see the plans. So you never told me. Royo, and I think, did you tell me the answer to yours was a healer, right? For which job you would take into the next VR iteration? Because like if they go back to the old school Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy 11, you got to pick one job, and you could go back to your house and change jobs, but you were like, it was whole separate things. Like you would start all over again from the beginning when you changed jobs. Are you the one making the ethereal wheels too, HK? That you?
Yep.
I haven't noticed if anybody's even used them because I'm never on when the buffs run out. So they just never. I don't know if they ever get used.
I mean, I think we usually activate it in the weekends. The level 3 hero battle.
Got more people there. That makes sense.
I mean, at least that's what I'm trying to achieve.
That makes sense. Okay, so everybody look around at this. Oh, Dr. Faustus got his mount. Do you control, like, do your emotes happen in there as well?
Yeah, have a look inside.
I mean, that's pretty cool. How many fates did you have to go through to get that, though? The buffs are getting used. There's a level 3 crafter buff going right now. Oh, see, I didn't know that shit. Oh, I guess it's the red button.
I think if you get like a goal achievement in that fate, you get like 6 out of 12 that you need for the month.
If you get a gold achievement in the fate from this one, I've killed that ticker guy in that place several times, but I haven't gone to the trouble of looking up to see what it is to get it. All right, so before, like, we're talking about the stream, I'm eventually gonna put this on like things. So if we're talking about, like, we're gonna look at this one here right now, and then I'm gonna take you to an empty plot so you can see what the work entails in this. Like, this is what a house looks like, right? Like, I want you to go see what this is. And then there's a new housing area in Ishgard that has not been opened for sale yet, I don't think. And I find that the easiest way... Ooh, the residential district. I can just do it now that I've been there. So I'm just going to pick a random one. Since they're all, like, nothing's... It's 3 million gil. I do have enough to buy another house, but I don't think I'm going to buy another house. So here's, like, you come into the housing area zone, and then, like, if you want to buy a house, you have to go over, like, the placards, but I believe they're all not for sale yet. Because I feel like if they were for sale, they're supposed to be swarming with people. But literally, like, this square is what you buy. That. Remember how we were looking at a whole house and shit? Like, you have to go buy that. You have to go buy a permit to put a house up. You have to buy each furnishing. You have to buy each thing. Like, so this is what it looks like. And then I can take you to my house, and you can see what mine looks like. Silverman, he's on a 3 buffs right now. Here's my house. Not quite as grand, and definitely been put together mostly by Dr. Faustus, I dare say. I picked up all the, like, the actual house, the walls, the wallpapers, a lot of the furniture and stuff. I've gathered, like, this little desk thing, and the menders, the people that bow to you when you walk up. Look, yes, I'll give them a bow to, since they're so nice to me. The vendors just bow to you walk up. I also have a downstairs. We have a nice little sitting area with food galore. Feel free to come by and have some of the food whenever you like. Always food cooking in my house. I put this light here because it fascinated me to be able to look at the shadow. Like, the fact they put this much detail into it. Like, look. Like, the shadow is real. It's not just like a fake, like, random person shadow. Like, my bunny ears are in the shadow. If I do an emote, it shows up in the shadow. Like, the amount of detail that puts into it in a video game is ridiculous. Is why I say they're prepping us for VR. Like, this character has literally, like, he's breathing. He doesn't. He has. It blows my mind the amount of detail they put into these characters. But yeah, this is the basement. With our newest addition, it was the Winter Mobile. Thanks, Dr. Faustus. This is my crafting area. Feel free to come by and use crafting buffs anytime you like. I think these have been extended to level 80 now. No, I think that's the case. You can open the door. And this is my storage area, which apparently has included a lot of art. And I'm not sure where the giant bookshelf came from. But yeah, each one of these little things is a piece of furniture that I can literally move around. Like, if you go into the social menu, I can never find it. Can you tell how often I do this? Like, not a lot, right? Like, you just pick a piece of furniture, and you move it to wherever you want to put it. If you want to rotate it, you have to click it and then rotate it, and then you can spin it. Like, literally, any way you wanted to move this, you could. It blows my mind. I also could just put it in the storeroom. Done. Storeroom. Done. Storeroom. I decided to clean up the clutter. I'm not sure why we have a little piece of fire spitting, but I'm gonna leave that. It's fine. These random little tchotchkes. This makes us feel like this is like my basement where I keep random stuff. Because, you know, if you're an adventurer, you know you need space for your random shit. That's why I gave my friends access to my house, so they could come in and put random shit in the storage just to get out of their inventory. And lo and behold, here's we are. I hate to even think on how much money you just spent on this. I hate to even think. Because I feel like you bought the chair. Like, all the mogul stuff is from Brandon, because he knows I love moguls. I'm a fan. Muggles, whatever. They're adorable. Dark Knight Quest, though. Hysterical! So funny. You're not mad at him, though. You really get it. And right, I feel like he's a crafter extraordinaire. Oh, for some odd reason, I thought you had leveled all your crafters. Got botanist to 80. I mean, you got ninja to 80 though. Damn, that's impressive. You got monk to 80. Black mage. You're only 90 right now. I say that like I have two. I don't. I have these Paladins Milo 90. I got Dark Knight to 82 because I need to finish the job quests because I hear they're supposed to go along with whatever, but I didn't want to waste the experience points by just doing it on Paladin, so I need to level Dark Knight. And I tried to go to the Bostron Southern Front because it's where I hear the experience points is now, but it seems a little oversaturated right this moment. Oh my god, he's followed me in here. There's no such thing as hide. Dancing on my table. Now he's run away. That was quite random. I feel like that was like the monkey from Family Guy where he just comes out of your closet, points at you, and then runs away. Royo says I do it all the time. I can craft some things. I like monk and ninja. Silver Mag thinks I have a cozy place. I'm glad you do. I planted these plants myself. They were my choice. I feel like the artwork up here is mostly my choice. This plant rack is new, but I like it. I also need to change the walls. I need to do something with walls. But I made these just because I wanted to see what they looked like. But were I to, they're like I liked the metal floors downstairs. Kind of made sense. Like the whole thing. This part makes sense for the crafting room. But I think I get to pick one kind of wall. Like I wanted this wall down here, and then like the metally walls upstairs. But I believe they're only one kind in the small house. So that's a thing. That's a thing. So what do we think? Should we start getting together on Wednesday nights in Final Fantasy? We could always just meet at my house. I could set up my house for a final. HK's got the round table. We'll just meet at HK's room. That's apparently a thing now. He set it up. Let's use it. I mean, I don't know. I like the idea of the hot tub too, for that matter. That's not what I wanted. I didn't know it would make me sit on the bench, but that's kind of cool. Oh look, I put my hands in my lap like a little prim princess. This is how I sit. I'm learning a lot of the Bunny Boy things, and I'm loving the Bunny Boy goodbye. Isn't that adorable? It's so adorable. Wouldn't you like to be able to just sit here now? Watching the water dangling your feet that you can't see when you look down. Oh, where'd my feet go? Oh my god! No! Oh, I'm okay. It's fine. Whew. Whew.
The land of the living.
Aw, you're not dressed for this. Neither are you. You guys look very warm. And just yep. What? Is that a glamour or is that just random armor you have on, Dad? Oh, there goes the dwarf. I heard someone lost their feet over here. I have glam, the last one. Is it made for Bosta? Oops, poof. Bye for now. And then it just disappeared. I'm left all alone in the hot tub. Like so many Saturday nights at my house in the 20s. I mean, can he smile? I wish it would just leave the smile up. I don't know if it's gonna stop with the... See, it goes back to resting bitch face. Bunnies have resting bitch face. This we have established. This we have established. So, I think that probably means I should end my stream at this point. Especially with the cute little bunny goodbye. That'll be adorable, right? That'll be so adorable. So, I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. Your Ara has a angry face, I bet. Angry face. I mean, it's resting bitch face, not angry face. I feel like that's a thing. But I mean, they could have made these smile, like as a default. But instead, it's a bitch face. Toads adored the bunny. Toads adored. Oh, you guys are fun. I almost hate to call it a night, but I'm getting sleepy. It's been 3 hours of this. I usually only do like an hour show, so I'm glad that the Wednesday night whatevers has hanged out. What did we decide it was gonna be? Next week's was it's loading. Thinking about it. Wednesday night whatsoever.
Yay.
Yeah, you won. You won.
Thank you, Deadlist.
Right? I was like, I probably just voted for their own. He was the only one who didn't have their opinion. He was like, okay, I'll just vote for HKs. It's cool. All right, so thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. He's got this on lock. It's okay. Viewers' Choice Awards. You two probably view my channel the most, so it makes sense. It makes sense. Besides Bat Coaster, but we'll do Bat Coasters. His was a good idea too. His is a good idea. We got many Wednesdays to come. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. I do Humankind on Mondays. Wednesdays whatsoever's, and Fridays we play Final Fantasy 14. Saturday we play Satisfactory or something else with an S because it's Saturday and it's kind of a theme I have on my channel. So if you'd like to see all that, please like, subscribe, follow. We'll see you next time. Say goodbye, HK.